Artists wearing different caps of their respected genres have come together and released a song titled Home on all digital platforms. Now, proceeds raised from the song will be donated to the Feed a Child Coalition, which distributes food parcels to those in need due to the impact of COVID-19. Now, for more on this project, we joined via Skype by Donovan Copley, the lead singer of the band Hot Water. Donovan, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Hey, Simpiwe, how you doing, man?
I'm great, man.
Thank you.
So good to have you. So good to have you this morning. Now, well, I hear that this song is a hit. So how has it been received since it was released on the digital platforms?
I think it's been really connecting with people. I think it's quite, the music I'm generally known for is sort of crossover mbaqanga music, sort of that South African. We've performed all over the world representing South Africa with a very upbeat sound. But the other side of that, this is a ballad. I think it's bringing tears to many people's eyes. So it's another side of Hot Water. And I think it's connecting with people's hearts. And that's what I've always wanted my music to do. So, yeah, we're very happy. And we're raising money to feed, the kids that are not having food at this time. So, I think it covers a lot of bases.
Yeah, as you said, it's more about raising funds for food parcels. But is that the only thing that the funds should be channeled for? Will it not cater for other necessities as well?
So, I have 3 sons of my own. So, kids is a sort of it was a sore spot in the process of making this project, because I came together with a director, and we just heard that there are so many kids that normally get their only meal at school, and that weren't at school, that weren't getting food, and we just decided we're giving all proceeds, from everything, from all the streaming, from the music video, literally all channels to handle that specific channel. And it's amazing to see how everybody else, how the country is kind of mobilized on many layers to support people in need,
Let's talk about the whole process of putting the song together. I would imagine it must have been tough, isn't it, for the artists, bearing in mind that they needed to keep limited movements as the country is still experiencing the lockdown and social distancing needs to be practiced at all times.
Yeah, so we released this song quite early in April, so it was quite early on in the process, and we, I was stuck with the situation going like, I don't have any shows, which is the majority of my income. And I had a song that was going to be used in a South African film. I phoned the director and I was like, you know what, we're not doing this project. It was meant to be shot in April. Her name's Uga Carlini, she's one of the big South African directors. And I was like, what could we do? Like, if we stayed positive and powerful, what could we do? And she was like, I don't know. And we had this conversation and it sparked this idea. I sent her the song called Home, and she just loved it. And she said, we came up with this idea to invite people to send in footage of themselves just on their phones listening to the song. And we got 5 hours of footage. The director had to cut it into 4 minutes for the song. And so we got this mash of South Africanness across the board with a couple of, celebs from overseas. And it just created this very warm space that I hope can, embrace people as well, just on the level, almost on the emotional, the feelings level, because, I have a lot of love for this country.
You speak of a mesh of South African content, but didn't that compromise the quality of the song itself, looking at the different vocal levels?
Well, people can go and have a look for themselves and see what they see what they think. The wonderful thing about where we're heading, and it's amazing because now I've been doing concerts and it's using my phone like I'm doing, with phones these days and the cameras on phones, the quality is just like we're doing now, and so I think there's an opening for the new way of creating films and a new way of connecting, which we're all exploring, and it came out amazing.
I see there's big names and quite established artists here. How did you make sure that they jump on the bandwagon?
Well, I think I've been in the industry for a long time, and so some of them I had, most of them I knew. So we really just reached out to our friends and colleagues to say, you want to come and be a part of this. And I think always, if it's for something bigger than just like, I'm going to do it for me, it's easier to kind of connect in, where there's a bigger vision or bigger, where the funds are getting channeled to something bigger than just the individual. Even though it was a difficult decision, because obviously, artists need funds now more than ever. But I just felt, at the time that, in the scheme of things, these kids needed the funds more.
Sure. And let's talk about the final product there, Don, the title Home. So who made sure that the lyrics, are brought together, and who made sure that the message reaches the masses?
So in terms of the lyrics, I wrote the song last year, and it was a very deep song. It was a song that really came from the bottom of my heart, and I use music to deal with challenges, and I think that's where art can play a role in any society. It has the space to deal with the challenges that maybe other things don't deal with, and a lot of that can be in people's hearts. And I used it to deal with something in my heart. And when COVID came along, I was like, this is the perfect song, I think, to support at this time, to deal with the challenges that we face.
And just as a closing, Donovan, for those who would like to contribute, how do they go about doing that? That is making physical contributions.
So if you come and visit us on social media, it's Hot Water SA. So just literally Hot Water SA on all social media, except Facebook, where it's Donovan Copley SA. You will find the video there. And you just by watching the video, because you make money from YouTube, the amount of streams every time someone views a video. Just by watching the video, if you don't have anything to contribute, you can contribute by watching and sharing the video. And you can also, there's also the details there. There's a basket code at the end that you can donate directly, and it goes straight to the City of Cape Town's Emergency Food Fund.
You got it right there. Everybody needs to play a part and be in support of this initiative. Donovan, thank you so much for your time.
Awesome. Can I close with something very quickly?
Yeah, quickly.
Have an awesome day, South Africa.
Donovan, that was great. That was truly South African. Everybody can relate to that. All right, that is Donovan Copley talking to us about the song that was recently launched across digital platforms, and proceeds made will be donated to Feed the Nation.